Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. While few would argue that LeBron is the single most devastating offensive player on the planet, there is a debate on the other side of the floor. Who is best at stopping him? After all, if you have any hope of winning a title, you had better not bring a knife to a gunfight. We identified 5 players that all have the necessary mix of brains and brawn, and decided to dig deep into the stats to see who was most effective in slowing down the James train. First up is Andrei Kirilenko, who Nets owner Mikhail Prokhorov gave him an offer he couldn't refuse. Andrei Kirilenko only played in 1 game against LeBron last year, and while he didn't have a positive impact on LeBron's offensive rating, he did significantly impact LeBron's effective field goal percentage. In the past, when Kirilenko has played on better defensive teams, we've seen him cause many problems for LeBron, and it should be no different on his new team in Brooklyn. Kirilenko's long arms allow him to give LeBron 4 or 5 feet of space while still being able to pressure his shot. That said, letting LeBron roam free without a body on him is oftentimes a recipe for disaster. Kirilenko does have the perfect size and length to guard LeBron in the post, and it does seem to make LeBron a little more reluctant to try and get closer to the basket with a good move, instead settling for outside jumpers and passing off to his teammates. At first glance, it looks like Andrei Kirilenko would be a great bet to stop LeBron, and his Ivan Drago intimidating silence certainly works for me. Next, let's look at Andre Iguodala, who has taken a page from Shane Battier and utilizes game film and advanced stats as well as any defender in the league. While undersized, he has enough strength and athleticism to cause problems. Often, the goal against LeBron is to make sure he doesn't do damage, but that focus often allows him to set up his teammates. Both Iggy and Kirilenko saw a rise in offensive rating when they were in the game, but he was able to hold LeBron extremely below his average in shooting across the board. You can see that Iggy wants to give LeBron a decent-sized cushion to take away his drive. He's more than willing to force LeBron into a pull-up jumper off the dribble and knows that LeBron wants to go left and pull up. When possible, he'll deny LeBron the ball and make him work a little harder to get open. But once he gets the ball, he'll give LeBron the shot and just try to put a hand up. He isn't overly physical in the post, but does try to body LeBron enough to force the catch as far from the low post as he can. Iggy doesn't take away the middle enough, and that leads to open shots for everyone on the Heat. Here you can see how Iggy will not body up on LeBron, knowing if that happens, LeBron can spin with his massive frame and get an open shot. Iggy might not have been effective across the board against LeBron, but he certainly did his job keeping LeBron's field goal percentage down. Let's turn to Kawhi Leonard's work against LeBron in this year's finals. With freakishly long arms and silent demeanor, Kawhi needs to improve his strength to be able to keep LeBron from getting deep post position. As evidenced by a strong team defensive effort, the Heat's offensive efficiency went down quite a bit when Kawhi was on the court guarding LeBron. While Kawhi was able to hold LeBron below his shooting average, LeBron increased his offensive rebounding percentage, which is what a good player does when he's having trouble scoring. Kawhi is yet another long-armed player who uses that reach to give him a bigger cushion against LeBron. His hands are more active though, making LeBron think before putting the ball on the ground. Kawhi's lateral quickness and effort can make up for any advantage LeBron gets in a move to the basket, and those long arms must be accounted for if you shoot anywhere near him. As the series wore on, LeBron got a bigger and bigger cushion from Kawhi, and I suspect more teams will do this. Not many teams have someone like Kawhi to close out, but it might not matter. While giving that much space encourages LeBron to get a full head of steam to the basket, Kawhi was able to position himself well enough to invite LeBron to settle for jump shots quite often. I have no doubt we'll see some serious battles between Kawhi and LeBron, and I can only hope it happens in the finals and we get more great epic battles like we did this year in 2013. Up next is a rapidly ascending star in the Pacers, Paul George. He's got the crazy wingspan and great lateral quickness. Like Kawhi, he needs to gain more weight and strength, but is quickly gaining respect from LeBron himself. Paul George was able to hold LeBron's offensive rating down, as well as his assist-to-turnover ratio, more evidence of how strong the defense was behind him. That said, LeBron shot the closest to his average percentage than any of the other 4 defenders. When Paul George keeps it simple, executing the Pacers' no-middle defense and just playing the position, he can defend LeBron by keeping him on the perimeter. With his quick hands and long arms, he loves to swipe at the ball and dig it out for steals. However, he reaches in way too much, which you cannot do against a ball handler as good as LeBron. Time and again, he'd get himself out of position trying to reach for the ball and let LeBron get good opportunities. He also needs more strength, as you can see how he bounces off LeBron on this drive. Finally, in what ended up being a crucial play, it was George who defended about as poorly as you could on this LeBron game winner. While the Pacers' weak bench had a lot to do with those numbers for Paul George being off the court, I have no doubt that Paul George will be a thorn in LeBron's side for years to come. Lastly, let's look at Jimmy Butler, who emerged last year as a legitimate LeBron stopper. He's got the strength and quickness to keep LeBron in front and the mental toughness and team defense behind him to cause LeBron and the Heat a ton of problems. Jimmy Butler took over for the out-of-commission Luol Deng and really did a fantastic job handling LeBron James. While he certainly had one of the league's best defensive masterminds on the bench behind him, he more than held his own in forcing LeBron into subpar performances in the playoffs. Jimmy Butler is by far the most physical defender on LeBron James. Any chance he got, he would body up on him and take away LeBron's rhythm. While you could argue Iggy is as strong as Butler, Butler is the only one who actually tries to use it, and it clearly worked. It is clear that bodying up on LeBron, especially in the post, doesn't always work, but it does serve a larger purpose, which is to wear LeBron down. I'm sure Tom Thibodeau would accept strong, rugged defense like this, even if the result ended up as a score for LeBron. When playing the best player in the world, all you can do is make him work hard. So there you have it, sports fans. If you want to get past Miami, you had better come with some serious defense for LeBron. And let me tell you, these 5 guys are serious and nasty. Who defends him the best? I'll let you decide down low in the comments. But if you ask me, I'm going with Jimmy Butler.